The YPG carried out an attack at this same location last year, killing civilians and damaging infrastructure in the process. But this year, Turkish security forces, along with local security forces, have closed down the roads, set up roadblocks and checkpoints leading in and out of this busy marketplace. It is a main target. So relatively speaking, it feels safe. The locals are running around freely, going about their daily business. But in the process, of course, Turkey has helped the locals set up a chamber of commerce. This is highly important because Afrin city was an economic hub before the war, during the war, and even after Turkey liberated these areas from the YPG. Afrin produces roughly 25,000 tons of olive oil every year, and they help them export this to the world and generate an income. So these attacks, of course, from the YPG still do pose a threat. This is why Turkey launched countless operations afterwards, Operation Euphrates Shield, and then that targeted the east of the Euphrates, Operation Peace Spring. But generally speaking, these attacks are largely prevented because of the large security presence here.
Yasin, is Afrin safe enough? I mean, clearly you're describing some incidents around the region, but is it safe enough for people who are escaping from other parts of Syria to come to find safety there?
I mean, if we were to compare the safety of Afrin to that of, for example, Idlib, it is much safer because even though the YPG poses a threat to the locals and security forces here, their attacks are mainly on a much smaller scale than when compared to the attacks carried out by Russia and the Syrian regime, especially the attacks by warplanes. And this is one of the biggest concerns. Roughly 50,000 people are believed to have relocated to these areas, mainly those fleeing from the Assad regime's attacks in southern Idlib, as well as a new offensive that's targeting western Aleppo. This is an area that is still within opposition-held territories in the greater Idlib province. And this new wave of violence, of course, could potentially trigger a larger wave of migration to these areas.